Good morning everyone. So today we are going to see the third video of our 7th chapter of class 6 science textbook, that is getting to know the plants. In this video we are going to discuss about the stem and flowers of a plant. First we will see the stem. So stem is the main backbone of a plant and it has several functions, and those are: the stem helps the plant to stand erect or upright. That means it holds the plant and all the parts erect. Then it bears leaves, fruits and flowers. That means on the stem itself all the other parts like fruits, flowers, leaves are present. Then it performs another two functions which are very important, that is transportation of water and minerals and transportation of food. So transportation of water and minerals is done through xylem and transportation of food is done through phloem. Xylem and phloem together, they are known as vascular bundles. You see, vascular bundles you can study in detail when you will reach in class 9, but for now we will just have a brief glance over them. So xylem and phloem are two different tissues. That means they are, you can say, comprised of different type of cells. A bunch of cells performing a similar function, they are known as tissues. So xylem and phloem are two different tissues. Okay, here xylem and phloem both are present in the stem and it reaches to all the other parts of the plant. The xylem and phloem are tube-like structures. So tube-like or pipe-like structures, so they help in the transportation. The xylem helps in the transportation of water and minerals. In the previous video, we have discussed how roots help in the absorption of water and minerals from the soil. So this water and minerals absorbed by the root goes through the xylem and reaches to all the other parts of the plant, especially the leaves. As we know, leaf is the main productive part of the plant where preparation of the food for the plant takes place. So in the xylem, from the roots upward movement takes place of water and minerals. Then after the water and minerals reaches to the leaves of the plant, their preparation of the food takes place, and this food again is transported to all the other parts of the plant through phloem. So if this is the leaf of the plant, then the branches on the top, flowers, and below the stem and the roots, all these will get food through the phloem. That means in xylem you will only see upward movement, that is from the roots to the other parts of the plant, while in case of the phloem you are going to see two-way movement. That means the food is provided downwards as well as upward. So xylem mainly takes part in the transportation of water and minerals from the roots to the other parts of the plant in the upward direction, while phloem helps in the transportation of food from the leaves to all the other parts of the plant, and here both the upward as well as downward movement takes place. So xylem and phloem together, they are called as vascular bundles, and with the help of a microscope you can observe them under the microscope. Next we are going to study about the flowers. So flowers are also known as reproductive part of a plant, and apart from the flowers, all the other parts like the stem, leaves, then roots, they are known as vegetative part of a plant. Why flower is known as the reproductive part of the plant? Because it helps in the reproduction of the plant. This you are going to study in your standard 7. So here let's are the different parts of a flower. If you take a flower, you can observe any of the flower and you see the colored parts like this. They are known as petals. And they are the colorful part of the flower. The main function of these petals is the attraction of insects like bees, wasps, etc. These bees and wasps helps in the reproduction of the plant. So these beautiful colors are mainly to attract the insects that helps in the process of reproduction for the plant. Next is, you can see all these petals are held together and you can see small leaf-like structures coming out of it. They are called sepal. They help to keep all the petals together. Okay. Then the small stalk which connects the flower to the branch or the stem of the plant, it is known as pedicle. You must remember that in the previous video, while we are talking about the leaves, there also we have talked about a small stalk which connects the leaf to the branch or the stem. The small stalk which connects the leaf to the plant, it was petiole, and here the small stalk which connects the flower to the stem, it is known as pedicle. And the sepals and pedicle, the connecting point or joining point is known as the receptacle. Then in the middle you will see a structure like this. This is known as pistil. This whole structure is known as pistil, whereas surrounding or around this pistil you are going to see many such structures. They are known as stamen. Here you must remember, pistil will always be in lesser number compared to stamen. So pistil are the female reproductive part of the flower or a plant, while stamen, this whole structure is known as stamen, is the male reproductive part of a flower or a plant. Then when we will see at the bottom part of the pistil, it is a little swollen part. Okay, this swollen part is known as ovary, which in future develops into the fruit, while inside the ovary you will see some tiny structures. These are called ovule, which later will develop into the seeds. So these are the various parts of a flower. Here the function of the petals we have discussed, which is mainly to attract the insects, which helps in the reproduction of the plant, especially or particularly for the process of pollination. Okay. Then these small leaf-like structures at the bottom which holds the petals together, they are called sepals. Then the stalk which connects the flower to the plant is known as pedicle, and this connection or joining part is the receptacle. Now let's have a little deeper look on this pistil and stamen. Here you can see this is the stamen, and stamen itself comprises of two parts. They are anther and filament. Anther is the upper part. In the upper part you will see blob-like structures. Two lobes are present there. Most of the anthers will be bilobed. That means two lobes will be there, and these lobes are, here you can see, connected to the flowers through filament. Whenever you will observe a flower, you will see that this anther contains a powder-like substances. These powder-like substances are called pollen or pollen grains. Where the pollen grains are present, the pollen grains will be present on the anther of a flower. And this filament connects the anther to the flower. Next, here we have a diagram of pistil. This upper part, the top part of the pistil, if you will observe, it will be a little wet or moist and it will be of sticky nature. This part is known as stigma. Then this stigma is connected to the ovule through style. Here the neck-like structural part you can see, it is known as style. And at the bottom, this solid part you see, it is known as ovary. And inside ovary, you are going to see ovules. So, pistil comprises of three parts. They are stigma, style and ovary. And inside ovary, you are going to find the ovule. Here you see, as I have mentioned about the process of pollination. What happens in the process of pollination is, let's see with the help of this picture. Here some powdery substances will be there. In the hibiscus plant you can see yellowish powder. That is nothing but the pollen grains. So when wind comes or with the help of insects, this powdery substance, whenever a honeybee or any insect sits on it, this powdery substance gets stuck to their legs. Then when it flies and sits here, then when it will sit, it will drop off the pollen from here to here. Can you see the transfer taking place of the pollen grains? The pollen grains will be transferred from the anther to the stigma. This transfer of pollen from anther to stigma is known as the process of pollination. Pollination can be of two types, self-pollination and cross-pollination. This you will study in detail when you will reach in class 7. But for now, you just remember that anther contains pollen grains and stigma are sticky in nature. Insects like honeybee, wasp, they help in the transfer of pollen from the anther to the stigma, and this process is known as pollination. Okay. So we have come to the end of our chapter. We have studied about the various types of plants like herbs, shrubs and trees. Then we have studied about the various parts of the plant and their functions. So I hope that you have understood the whole chapter thoroughly. And even if you have some problems, you can go through the textbook, which will help you in deeper understanding of the chapter. In the next video, we will see about some more chapters of our textbook. Thank you.